And welcome to Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. It is game dos, or deux. I believe the English would say two.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, the English would say two.
It is two. Game two of this doubleheader against the Barrie Baycats. The Baycats taking game one by a score of 7-2 earlier today. Looking for a rebound are the Kitchener Panthers. I'm, of course, Mark Perry, and the lovely voice that you heard earlier, Jenny Cupa. Welcome.
Hello. Yeah, we're looking to break that four-game losing streak that they've got going right now.
And Jake Wilson is up to the plate here to start things off for the Baycats. You got a quick turnaround. Wilson had the single to lead things off in the first, and he's going to fly out to right field for the opening out of this one. As I'm still trying to figure out my my scorecard here, trying to still fill it out. Again, a very quick turnaround from game one. There's only about a half an hour in between games.
This is true. Hopefully that quick turnaround will mean something good for these boys here tonight for this Panther crew.
Yeah, short memories you have to have after a loss, but you got to keep that one top of mind. The Baycats here, you have beaten them this season. Of course, the Panthers beat the Baycats 3-2 back on July 27th.
And we're looking to bounce back and do it again.
Absolutely. As that one's going to be hit down the line, foul. So the Panthers are 10-6 on the season. They're 2 games back now of the London Majors in the IBL standings. The Baycats 8-10, 5 games back. As the Baycats, I mean, you think about the Kitchener Panthers, they're trying to catch up to the London Majors. They have 3 big games coming up next week against the Majors, but you can't think about those games now. It's what's in front of you that matters.
Oh yeah, they need to keep this game clear in their minds and focus on what they're playing with right now, because they just got to shake it off. That one is hit to right field.
And a good catch there
right
made.
Fielder catching that. That is Jet Jarvis out in right field.
Yeah, he's doing the job out there like he has been all throughout the season. He's been a stalwart out there in right field all throughout the regular season. He's got the first 2 outs here. And Avery Tuck coming up to bat now. He had a decent game in game 1, including a home run in the 7th inning. As he takes that one inside, ball 1. And it's pretty much the same lineups as you saw in game 1.
The only change for this Barrie lineup is their pitcher Evan Souls, and there seems to be 3 changes for the Panthers.
Take me through those changes, will you?
We have got Riley Davenport is our starting left fielder for this game, and we have got Danny Mahoney behind the plate. So those two did a little switch, although Danny didn't play the first game, but. And then we have got Stephen Gade, our pitcher for this game.
First baseman number 27.
And of course, Gade. And he has been a quality starter for this team all throughout the season. Guelph native from the University of Waterloo. He's making his 3rd start of the year. He's got a 6.35 ERA. He's 1-1 on the season. 8 strikeouts, 10 walks.
And he takes that one in low for ball 1.
So Avery Tuck is on with the single. And Ryan Rio is up. Of course, Rio patrolling first base. I tell myself this stuff. That's so I can make mental notes as I'm writing onto the score sheet here as the runner advances on the pitch, and that is going to be popped into shallow center field. It's going to drop.
That one was trouble right from the get-go. Right
Yeah,
off the bat, that one was hard.
Yeah, Andy Leader had to run a long way on that one, but I'm pretty sure it should have been the infielders that got to that one.
That 100%. That should have been the shortstop's ball on that one. 100%.
And that just comes to communication, right?
Oh, that's what it all boils down to is on a short fly ball, a little blooper like that, you need to communicate and figure out who's got it, who's there, and where you're throwing it to as soon as you get it.
So Rio is on first. Tuck advances to second. And Gabe finds himself with 2 out and 2 men on base for Mike Sachetto. Sachetto, the righty. Will take the pitch here. Takes that one in for a strike, 0-2. And Sachetto, again from Toronto, an Erie Community College alum. Call him Suitcase around the IBL. 3 teams in 3 seasons. Played with the Cardinals back in 2019 in Hamilton. Played for the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2018. Swings on that one and misses, and that is a strikeout to end the inning. So 2 flyouts, a couple of singles, but Sachetto gets struck out by Stephen Gade. We're heading to the bottom of the first. No score between the Baycats and the Panthers.
From your Kitchener Panthers, center fielder number 49, Andy Leader.
And we are back at Jack Couch Park, Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. Mark Perry, Jenny Cupa joining you. You're joining us, and we do thank you for doing so as Andy Leader is up. He
shows bunt and gets called strike.
Yeah, so Andy Leader leading things off here. Pardon the pun. He had a 2-hit ball game in the game earlier on today.
Yeah, and both his hits came 5th and 7th, actually, was what we saw
Yeah, and that 7th inning, I mean, that hit, you give him the single, but that's how things ended up finishing off, as a bit of a hiccup on the base path for Jason Caulfield at second base, and Caulfield is not actually playing right now. He has been relegated to the bench.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't want to say that that was a direct consequence of what you saw at the end of that game, but you have to speculate.
yeah, there's a little bit of speculation there, and with this Panthers team, it's also,
Oh, thank you so much. As Leader pops that one into foul territory. Count now 3-2 to Leader. And he will hit that one. Pops it up.
Pop that way back, and
Yeah,
there's
the third baseman able to get to that one for the opening out of the inning.
Right fielder number 46, Jet Jarvis.
And when you're doing something like that, I mean, you got the full counts, but then
it doesn't really matter what pitch comes. You're moving on it either way.
Yeah, you got to make contact.
Yeah, that's when you're sitting with a 3-2 count. You got to battle back, and but you also have to be smart. And Jet Jarvis fouling off a bunt up.
Looked like it caught the
just at the top of the netting there.
yeah, looked like it caught the mask there of the catcher. Or he just flipping that mask off to try and make that catch.
That's always a hard one.
It's a tough gig in behind the plate. That's going to be hit by Jarvis right to the second baseman, and just like that, 2 out.
First baseman
But
number 35.
with that second out, brings up Liam Wilson to the plate.
And I mean, Wilson, he's just one of those guys. He did struggle yesterday. He was 2 for 6, but you make it one hit per game. You have another hit, the single in the 4th inning earlier on today. So that is a 13-game hit streak for Liam Wilson heading into this one here.
And, well, I think he's going to make it 14.
Bold prediction? Or
Bold prediction.
not as bold as I would imagine. That's he's a quality hitter. Let's just put it that way. Very consistent, but he's going to knock that one to the second baseman. And that is going to do it here for the first inning. So a very quick 3 up, 3 down first, as we are going to the top of the second. No score between the Panthers and the Baycats. Welcome back to Kitchener Panthers Baseball here on YouTube. James Anderson, the catcher, will start things off in the top of the second. And again, it's a very, very similar lineup, a very same lineup for the Barrie Baycats here.
I think they've only switched out their pitcher.
Yep. Of course, they had Juan Benitez go the full 7 innings. You don't see that too often here in the IBL.
No, you really don't. You usually see pitchers go about 4, maybe 5 if they're feeling really, really good and if their pitches are working the way that they're supposed to and the way that they want to. But usually you only see players go maybe 3 to 5 innings maximum.
So you go 7.
And that one's hit.
A very good hit by Anderson right to center field, and he gets on with the base hit.
Nandy Leader there for the quick pickup to get that back into second base to keep him on 1.
Third baseman number 17, Darius Barles.
So Darius Barles comes up. He was 1 for, I guess you can say 1 for 1. He did have a walk in the game earlier today. And the third baseman will now face Stephen Gade. And that one way outside. Counts now 1-0.
You know, it's interesting because how much have we seen Gade throw this year?
He's
thrown a few, fair
quite
bit.
a few.
Yep.
And that's going to go to first, and they're going to get the out at first base.
But not before James Anderson advances to second on that.
And that's just one of those plays where it looked like the
Left
shortstop,
fielder number 26, Jake McDonald.
Evan Sherman, he was trying to get a handle on the ball, but by the time he was able to get a handle on it, Anderson was pretty much at second base already, and that's just one of those plays where I believe they started the runner on the pitch.
That definitely would be one of those plays where they start the runner on that pitch.
So Jake McDonald up 1 for 2 in game 1. Comes into this contest, a 156 batting average. Not exactly the hottest of hitters in the IBL, but
Definitely not.
if he can make contact.
Sometimes that's all that's needed is just a little bit of contact, just like that as he hit that one straight down the left field line.
And that's going to score 1 run, and it's going to be an RBI double credited to Jake McDonald, and the Baycats have themselves a 1-0 lead.
Second baseman number 22, Mike Dewin.
And that's the benefit of starting the runner at first base, getting him to second, getting him into scoring position, and then that's what happens.
That is, and getting that runner started on as soon as that pitch goes, that is really very crucial in a ball game, especially with Barrie being with their record, and they're looking for wins, and the Panthers are looking to battle back and snap their 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, they need wins, and they need them not necessarily in a hurry, but I mean, if you start piling up on this losing streak, I mean, it could drop you down in the standings very quickly. They have been going tight with London all throughout the regular season, but as London continues to roll,
but you know what?
Kitchener's not doing so hot.
No, unfortunately, but it is definitely a different look this year, because as in previous years, we have seen Barrie has absolutely just dominated the game, and
that one's going to be hit deep to left field, and that one is going to drop in behind the fence, a home run for Mike Dewin. A 2-run shot, and just like that, it's 3-0 Baycats. So you face the bottom of the order, essentially. Anderson was able to get on, the number 6 batter. Barles able to advance the runner. McDonald gets one in on the RBI double, and then Mike Dewin, that's just a mistake you cannot make at this stage of the season, getting the
They've-
number 9 hitter an opportunity like that.
A very, very costly hit indeed. And that is the...
Another one possibly down to right field, and that one is going to go.
That is a...
Jake Wilson. Back-to-back jacks for the Baycats. And this is getting away in a hurry here. 4-0 Baycats.
I think now would be a perfect time for our catcher, Danny Mahoney, to go out there and talk to Stephen Gade, maybe get him to settle down just a wee little bit.
Yeah, and at the very least, that would actually maybe, buy him some time with that, again, settling down, but also try to figure out, what we're going to do with our next batters coming up. I mean, you're facing the heart of the order coming up. Jansen now up, the shortstop. He flew out in his first time up.
Yeah, and, well, Owen Wilson, he popped out before he popped
Owen
out
Jansen.
in his... Sorry, Owen...
Wow.
Yeah, sorry. Wow.
You gotta love
Sorry,
Owen Wilson,
yeah.
Especially in Loki. But nonetheless, that's another story for another day.
Yeah. Nah, Jake and Owen, they both popped out to the right fielders their first time at bat, which is where that confusion comes in a little bit.
Yeah, they have the power.
They
absolutely do.
And those hits were... There was no wind to help those hits out.
No. I mean, the wind has really calmed down here. I mean, you saw the Canadian flag out in dead center as there's a strikeout to Jansen for the second out of the inning. The flag out in center field, it was waving a little bit in the first game. It is at a standstill right now.
And that could be very either helpful or detrimental to this Panthers offense, as they are a very good line drive team, and I really feel like they need to start utilizing the line drives.
As that one's fouled off. Avery Tuck now up. He hit a single in the first inning.
Not that one. Down and in for strike.
Yeah, we got strike 2 on the board. As Avery Tuck playing a little bit patient as he takes that one inside. So the count now 1-2, and this is just a situation where the Baycats, I mean, they got some momentum.
They do. They definitely have that momentum coming in from the first game and coming off that win. That for a strike 3 to end the inning.
Gotta love it if you're the Kitchener Panthers. 4 on the board for the Baycats, including a pair of home runs from Mike Dewin and Jake Wilson. We'll be back with the bottom of the second. Again, 4-0 Barrie over Kitchener. You're watching Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. we're back. Kitchener Panthers baseball here on YouTube. Mark Perry, Jenny Cupa, and Riley Davenport, who is starting out in left field for game 2, getting up to the plate here, batting cleanup.
Yeah, he's getting out of that. He's getting out from behind that catcher's spot, out of that gear, and into left.
Yeah, and he's in. I would imagine it's one of those things, right, where you play so many different positions where it's, hey, coach tells you where to play, you're going to play it, and he's one of those guys that can play all kinds of different positions.
He is, and actually Riley Davenport actually went to the same high school that I did, and I actually had the opportunity to see him in passing on the diamond a few times for the boys' slow pitch, and it may just be slow pitch, but he has got a very good arm. He is a very, very talented ball player. He is very skilled.
As he'll hit that one into center field, but it's going to inch towards right center, and it will be actually the right fielder, Avery Tuck, getting the catch.
Designated hitter number 34, Keegan Marsden.
So Marsden now coming up. The Panthers yet to have a base runner in this game.
That is very true. And he'll look that one down and away for strike 1.
And if you're Marsden, you're the DH in this situation.